The news world is hot this morning, especially in Ghana. And here I'm talking about the entertainment news world. It is so hot this morning. So whilst I set off to go to the gym to exercise my body and to find out if I'm okay after the holiday break, I have been following the internet and I realized that, so many things are happening. And I said, well, before I would even get warm, before I would start sweating all over profusely, before I would even get into the work mood proper, let me also have a share on these issues. Then when we get to the office proper, I'll organize the team. Then we sit on Showbiz Daily and maybe on other platforms during the day so we can talk about some of these things. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the quick news, as I want to call it. Very quick, and we just go straight to the point and we kill it. So I am Sammy Flex. I'm parked just in front of my gym. That is Agbeve Gym. It is just behind me. Maybe not the one on the left. Agbeve Gym is just behind me. I'll try to show it to you as part of my closing remarks of the video. I'll let you see where I've been coming to gym all the time. So quick one on this. I want to commend the security agencies here in Ghana for their protection over the period of the December NGH event. I think they did so well. Almost all the events I attended, I saw a huge presence of police. And even beyond the event venues, we have also seen the visibility of the police officers all over the country, especially in the capital. If you go to all the busy areas, you see them packed on their bicycles, on their motor bicycles, or you see them packed somewhere and they will be checking to see if everything is going on smoothly in town. And so far, so very good. The December NGH has saw so many people in town, but I can say with all confidence that we've recorded less casualties of issues here and there. We've recorded less attacks. I've not heard much. That's why I'm saying less. Maybe we have recorded one or two, but because I've not heard much, because it has not been in the news, then we can consider it as recording less. But an unfortunate issue happened at the Black Starline concert, where Sarkodie and his security people had an encounter with the people on duty. And I want to touch on that. Then I would also touch on the Meek Mill video matters that is ongoing here in our country now. So yes, we respect the security, we respect the police, we respect all the private security people who have been part of our event success this season. And it feels so good that they have delivered and they have protected us to the top, and we are so grateful. But I think sometimes, and here I'll be hitting on both areas. I'll be hitting on maybe security from artists or celebrities, and this time around we'll be paying attention to Sarkodie security, and I'll also be hitting on security from event providers' point of view. So starting from artist security, I think sometimes when you guys go out on duty, beyond the fact that you would want to protect your principal, as in your celebrity or your artist, beyond the fact that you want to go all out to protect your artist, sometimes we also need to give respect to the people who are on duty, because you cannot do the work alone. Provided you are taking care of your artist, that is fine. But should other matters come up, you'll be overwhelmed. It will over you, like we say in Ghana. You'll not be able to take care of the situation. So when you go out there and you see other guys on duty, we pray that they are also given some kind of respect. We pray that they are also given some kind of protection in their area, in their zone. Because what happens is, when our celebrities go out with their bodyguards, they don't even want to respect the security who are also on duty. I've seen that on several occasions. That even when they are giving orders, the way they talk to them, the way they instruct them, it is so so much with disrespect and with impunity. And I think that they need to have a check on that. They need to hold on to some of these things. They are not the best. You can't do the work alone. Yes, it is true. You are in charge of your artist, but there are other matters that can overwhelm you and your artist. That is why you need to work in collaboration with the other security guys whilst they are discharging their duties. You can also pay attention to your artist. You can protect your artist whilst they protect their audience. I always say that if I go out with an artist and I have security of the artist with me, I would want to talk to the other security people that, okay, for my artist, I'm sorted. He is taken care of. So the best I would want you to do is to take care of the audience, the fans who would want to come and overwhelm us. Take care of them, and we will take care of the artist. And that should be the collaborative effort of both the artist security and the security at post at these events. But what do we see? We don't see that collaboration. We see someone trying to show power. We see someone trying to see he is protecting the most important person in the world. Yes, it is true. At that time, he's most important. But remember, the other guys at the end. And here we are talking about patrons and you, the event organizer. Both of you guys are important. So why do we make it look like the other part is only important? That should be checked. Now, to the other side, we are talking about security guys at event places. Guys, you guys also have a role to play. And you have to give some level of respect to the celebrities who are coming to perform. What happened at the Independence Square when Sarkodie and his team went there to perform? I think, to me, it was an eyesore. A celebrity of its stature like Sarkodie and security people, I believe, saw that, oh, this is Sarkodie, and still went ahead to embarrass him. Closing gates on him, pushing his team members, fighting here and there, scaffolds all over. No, I think it was wrong. No matter the situation, let's give respect to the star brand there. The fact that he was part of the reasons people were gathered there. The fact that he is part of the reason people have spent time, money, resources to even put up that stage. He has been advertised to perform. So whatever the situation, know that this guy is one of the reasons why we are even on duty. The Sarkodie guy is one of the reasons we are on duty. So can we give him some level of respect so he can also come and deliver his task? What we saw was awful. And I would want you guys to see the video. Maybe you'd understand it better. Watch it, I'll be back. Let's continue with the flow. I was having issues with temperature where I placed the phone because it was hitting the sun, or the sun was hitting it directly, so it was not flowing the way I wanted to flow. But back to the matter, and still on the Meek Mill factor, the Jubilee House, Flagstaff House, that is Ghana's highest office, and the issues around it. And I was talking about appearance, that when you go to the Presidency, or better still the Flagstaff House, your appearance matters, especially if you're a Ghanaian. How you appear, how you dress to go there will determine how far you would be allowed to go, unless maybe there is a special invitation for you that you are needed no matter what, or you are needed come what may, then you might go through free stages. But if you have to go there on official purpose and you are not like invited, the house is not expecting you, and you have to go there on maybe your own purpose, and you are dressed shabbily or anyway, you'll not be allowed into some quarters if you are not well dressed. Yes, so for Meek Mill and his people, they are dressing, to me, as much as some people raised issues around it, it was not a big concern to me, honestly. I did not feel there was a fuss about it because, one, these are hip-hoppers, these are Americans, and Americans on occasions decide to dress the way they want, and that occasion to them, it was an informal occasion. So to them, it was an informal occasion because they are just here for holidays, and they are tourists. They are here to tour, and as tourists, you are not supposed to put on the suit and tie or any high fashion to go do some things. They were supposed to do that, and that was fine with me. Having the freestyle video out from that quarter means a lot. First of all, it means that they sought permission to do that. That is point one. They couldn't have done that with hidden cameras, because we even saw drone shots at a point where we saw some area shots from there. So it means they did not do it under secrecy. You can't even do it under secrecy. I've been there before. I know how that place feels. It is a high security zone. It is not easy for you to break through and go here and there. It is not easy because at every point in time, there is a stop and a check somewhere. So you cannot just go there and do anything. There is a high security zone. So yes, it is true. They sought permission. They got permission to shoot. But can we also consider some things that, okay, this is a place that we protect in high esteem. This is a place that we see as a very important place in the history of Ghana. So even if someone wants to do something there, and at this stage, we are all looking at the benefits of some of these things we are seeing, being the year of return, the December and GH, the fact that we still want to bring some more tourists in. But what kind of message are we attaching to what we want to do? And I'm sure beyond really looking at whether it was right or not right, what kind of message was the video preaching? So for instance, we know Meek Mill is someone who is enjoying his stay in Ghana. If in that video he was talking about how hospitality our Ghana is, if in that video he was talking about how safe our Ghana is, if in that video he was talking about how protected or how protective our Ghana is, then you would even comment it that, oh wow, this is going to add up to it. But this is like a braggadocious hip-hop artist talking about him being blessing and fucking people and telling people here this and that. And that is, to me, my worry. Because some places, when you go to like the White House and other places, yeah, there are places you are allowed to use cameras, and there are other places you might not be allowed to use a camera. I've even gotten information that a movie called A Child's Wish was shot in the White House because the then president was featured in the video. I think Clinton also was featured in the movie as well. So that movie was shot in the White House, and that's fine. In that argument, I said yes, because the president was part of the movie. So if the president was part of the movie, why not? Where else do we want to shoot it? The president cannot just be hitting the street for locations of that movie. So if the president was in the movie, if he agreed to be in that movie, then the movie would be shot in the White House. In this case, was our president part of that video? The president was not part of that video. The president was not part of that video. The video was just Meek Mill and his men and his boys, like we say in our parlance. Meek Mill and his boys doing it. You understand? So to have it shot that way, to have it put out that way, means that yes, clearance was done, but did the people check what was going to be said about our White House? Yes, in this case, our White House. Did the people check what was going to be said there? I was going to shoot a music video for Kojo King, and we wanted a hospital or a clinic as one of our locations. Do you know the clinic, the director called us to see, or called us to listen to the content of the song before? A hospital, a private clinic. They called that, okay, no problem. Before they can give us access to shoot the music video from that location, they want to listen to the lyrics in the video, what the song is saying. And after we sent the song to them, they provided the place for us, because they knew that, okay, the song is clean. It is not saying anything derogatory about hospitals, or it is not saying anything derogatory about the place. That is Mary Lucy Clinic at Awoshi area. So yes, we can give such a space for an important personality like Meek Mill in showbiz. He's very important in showbiz. But what was said, is this something we would want to be associated with? What was said, is this something we pride ourselves in? And I think that should also be the focus of the discussion. I can see people politicizing it here and there, people putting out some political statements in here and there, but that is fine. We can only protect what is ours. We can only project what we have and let people see the value we place on it. And I think that if we allowed him to use the venue on authority, if we allowed him to use the venue on permission, but the content in there, does it also make us look good? And if we can pay attention to that, it will also help. So far, so very good with Year of Return and December and GH. So far, so very good. Ghana is really cashing in, or Ghana is benefiting from the number of people coming to the country. But what other thing are we also leaving behind? Are we paying attention to what we are supposed to gain at the end of it, or we are just looking at what we are showing to the public at the end of it? And I think that should be the bigger discussion. That's why I see myself in the fence, because or I see myself on the fence, because you are not too sure where you have to judge this. In getting that place open for him, that is fine. But in sending the message out, the message is not very clear. The message is not very right. So yes, the discussion continues, but at the moment, we have to, in selling our tourism, we also have to protect what is right for us. We can't sell ourselves so cheap to the world in the name of selling our tourism. If we are going to allow that, at the end of the day, Ghana will be seen as one easy place to just go there to do something. And there are wicked people who can also take advantage, knowing that, oh, these people, when you go there and you portray yourself as this and that, they will open their security zones for you and you can go do something. It can come back and backfire. It can come back and backfire. And that is what we need to protect. Tourism is good, but know when or know where to allow your tourism to operate. There are so many tourism areas or tourist sites that some of these guys can use to do what they are doing. Why the Presidency? And that is the question. So many tourist sites. We have the Black Star Square, we have the Independence Square, we have the Kwame Nkrumah. This, we have, even now there is a museum in Ghana. It might not be state-of-the-art museum, but there is one that we can still use to do what we have to do. But if you allow the Presidency to go out there in that cheap manner, then there's a question mark. We shall continue this discussion, but let me hit the gym later. We will come back to it some other time. My name is Sammy Flex, and one of the quick ones to you. Thank you for watching.